Hello, fellow YouTubers, and welcome back to Road to 100,000. So, last week was Halo Week. This week is Halo Week Part 2. we didn't play anything else except for Halo this week. So, let's bring up that number right now. This is actually going to be a very short episode just because of the fact that we only played one game compared with last week. So like I said, this week was just Halo Master Chief Collection, and now I think the video should be playing. I actually recorded this. If anyone saw the tweet I did yesterday where I had shot a Banshee out of the sky, and then the wreckage of the Banshee came down to Earth and crashed on top of a grunt that was right behind me, I was like, I wish I could have recorded that. And so then I just immediately hit the record button after that and started playing through that. So what you're seeing right now is exactly what happened afterwards. But in Halo Master Chief Collection, didn't do as good as we did last week, mostly because, well, I had a completely free day last week where I didn't have to go to work or anything, not counting the weekend, so I basically just played Master Chief Collection all day that day. But this week we got 60 achievements worth 485 points, bringing our total of the week and our grand total at the end of the week to 66,465. Not that much going on this week, just because of the one game. Didn't do as well as we did last week, mostly because last week like I said, we had that extra day, that extra free day where it did nothing but play Halo. Also we beat Halo 1 and beat Halo 2 and got a lot of Easter egg and skull and terminal achievements in both of those games, including in Halo 3 and the multiplayer last week. Well, this week we only focused on beating Halo 3, which we did, and working through Halo 4, which I'm about halfway through. Not as many Easter egg achievements, and some of the achievements have still glitched out a little bit. Those 4 achievements that didn't pop last week still have not popped, which is upsetting, because that's still 4 achievements that I earned. No, what was it? Pillar of Autumn, Cairo Station, Outskirts, and Sierra 117. I haven't gotten the achievements for beating those missions. Also, for some reason, I didn't get the achievement for beating the Ark when I did, and when I went back through it just to get the try and attempt the Pars time and get the terminal that I missed in that level, I actually got it, but now it says I haven't beaten the campaign in normal difficulty because I got the achievement in easy difficulty. So now I need to go through the Ark again on normal or higher, so I can get the achievement for beating it on normal or higher for the campaign. But also the terminals and the skull achievements for Halo 3 glitched out a little bit, and when I went to sleep last night, they had not yet popped, but they did pop earlier today. I just checked and it was like, oh, I have those points now. So I counted them because I did unlock them. It does say earned yesterday, so it does count for them, which makes me very afraid about when the other ones are going to pop. I do know the 4 that haven't popped because I just listed them off, so I'll keep track of those most definitely. But I haven't touched multiplayer at all. I've heard a lot of things about the multiplayer in the Master Chief Collection, how it's glitchy, it's not working 100%, it's not working as good as it could be, and I'm just like, I'm just playing through the campaigns right now, having tons of fun. I'm very afraid to actually start touching the multiplayer just because I know how bad I suck. I probably could have done better this week had I not been playing Destiny all week. I just want to go on the raid, so I'm trying to upgrade my stuff. I should probably start, upgrading my other characters instead of just my hunter. My hunter's level 28, my next level character is 7, and I only have 1 extra character, and that's the level 7 one. I should start working a little bit more. Anyway, let's head out to the percentage. Last week, we had 29% in terms of completion, and we had 41.55% in time that had passed. This week, we are up to 29.8% in completion, and up to 43.49% in terms of time passed. Basically, we earned almost a whole percent in terms of completion, and we've almost gotten 2% in time passed. So not even we didn't even do half as good as we should have. If we wanted to stay on that pace, we needed to do at least 2% or better. We didn't even do half of that, so not exactly the best week. As you saw, as I kind of explained earlier, you kind of want to for this. We need to shoot for like 1,100 points a week, which is a little tempting to screw up, especially since that's a lot of points in 1 week. I mean, we only did it last week because of the Master Chief Collection, and we've only done it a couple weeks, the previous weeks, because of either new games that just come out or because of those easy throwaway 1,000 achievement games that I've been playing. And I still have CSI, so I could have touched that this week, but I didn't. So I guess I'm just gonna wait until I hit bottom with Halo right now. I'm just having more fun playing that game than CSI. But Halo has 5 10-point achievements, where that game has like 30, 50, 100-point achievements. So you can see why this game has a lot of achievements, but not that much turnaround when points. But a new thing that I decided to do was to see where we should be in terms of points. Just because of that percentage, I was kind of wondering how many points should we have at this point if we wanted to stay on track. And so I checked. I basically just found out what 43.49% is of the amount of points I needed at the beginning, which was I think 47,780 when I started. So almost half of 100,000. Turns out we should be at the end of at today. We should be actually hitting 73,000 exact. So I am behind on that by 65-35 points, which is about 6 weeks of 1,100, which means I am falling a little behind, and by a little I mean way behind. I'm almost afraid that I can't do this. I mean, I will have some extra time with like Christmas and Thanksgiving. I don't have any days off that I could just take, although I really shouldn't be taking days off just for this. But there's still plenty of games that I haven't played that have come out that are brand new, like Sunset Overdrive. I haven't even owned Far Cry, Assassin's Creed. I mean, these are games that you can easily get some achievements in, and I haven't even touched them because I don't own them. And then there's Destiny, which if I just simply played through and leveled up a full subclass for the other guys, I'd get points in those ones. And then Halo, which I can still continue playing. I can even get some multiplayer achievements just by myself, just because I now have 2 controllers for my Xbox One, so I don't need friends anymore, except for the one that needs 4 players in coagulation. Also, there's an achievement I have in a previous game that required 2 controllers on the Xbox One. So I can now go get that achievement, and that'll take no time at all. I just need to have 2 players playing. So that should be an easy how many points that one is. I could try and finish that game now. That game has been sitting at like 87% for weeks now. That'd be another game to add to the wall of completion. That'd be a pretty decent game. It's not a throwaway game. It's actually a real game. But anyway, like I said, this episode might not be as short as I thought because of all the things I talked about. Anyway, that's this week. Not as good as last week. A little better than the 2 week we had. But, whatever. We're falling behind, but that's not... And even though that's the main goal, I'm still having fun trying to keep track of this. I mean, that's basically why why this series was created, just to see how I'm doing, and just to see how bad I'm doing, basically. I don't really care if I make it or not. It's just a goal. It's just a stupid goal that I had set myself up. Although if I do make it, then yay! I succeeded at not lying to myself. But I am about 6,600 points away from where I should be. I should beat CSI so that I can start getting some other games. Although, yeah, I could just take away 1,000 points of that because I still have that easy 1,000-point game that I'm saving for the end. But until next time, hopefully you enjoy.